independent clauses.
Hey, what up, Carboni? 4th hour. We out here finessing. I hope y'all ready to learn about some grammar. We're going to learn about the magic of independent clauses and how to use them. In general, clauses are a group of words that contain a subject and verb. What separates independent clauses from others is the fact that they are able to stand by themselves and form a complete sentence. They can be added to other clauses, independent or dependent. Let's take a look at how we can identify independent from dependent with our hype girl, Katie.
Independent clauses are flame because they are independent, or they can stand alone. To classify an independent clause, there must be first a subject and then a preceding verb. An independent clause can make up a sentence as simple as we ran, with we being the subject and ran being the verb. In the next example, Beyonce sings the song 7-Eleven. Beyonce is the subject because she is the queen, and sings is the verb. This could stand alone as simply Beyonce sings, but is accompanied by a dependent clause, the song 7-Eleven, to add more detail. Next, let's look at some common errors.
Common errors include two perpetual mistakes among common folk. Comma sentences, which are like run-on sentences, and few sentences, which are run-on sentences. Now let's look at how to fix them.
There are multiple methods one can use to avoid the common errors of comma splices and few sentences. The first option would be to break up the clauses and make two different sentences. For example, Beyonce is an inspiration, she should run for president. Another option would be to use a semicolon in between the two independent clauses, such as the second example, Beyonce is an inspiration, she should run for president. One could also avoid these errors by using a comma and a coordinating conjunction. You must be sure that you pick a coordinating conjunction that appropriately shows the connection. The coordinating conjunctions are for and nor, but, or, yet so. An example of this is, Beyonce is an inspiration to the nation, so she should run for president. Another way to avoid common errors with independent clauses is to use a semicolon followed by a conjunctive adverb and a comma. For example, Beyonce is an inspiration to the nation, therefore she should run for president. Finally, you could make one independent clause a dependent clause by adding a subordinating conjunction, such as although, because, and after. For example, because Beyonce is an inspiration to the nation, she should run for president. If you follow all these rules to avoid common errors, your sentences will be straight fire.
By using the ways to avoid common errors in independent clauses slide, sentences such as the ones above can be used properly. For instance, the first sentence, without a full stop in between artist and her, this will be an improper independent clause. The second sentence will be wrong if the semicolon after singer did not exist and was not replaced by a full stop. The final way to avoid common errors is to take a sentence and use a conjunction and a comma to connect the clauses together.
So, to summarize, an independent clause can stand by itself as a sentence, and it can be combined with other clauses. Some common errors are few sentences, comma splices, and they can be changed by making two sentences or using a semicolon, a comma, and coordinating conjunctions. Thanks for listening.